Hey, music junkies, Professor of Rock, always here to celebrate the greatest artists and the greatest songs of all time. If you dig the greatest music of the rock and roll era, this is your place. Just subscribe below to this channel so you don't miss out on our daily content. We're always celebrating the great songs and the great artists. Now, today we continue our celebration of 1985 as we go behind the second biggest song of that year and the song that was pretty much the crowning of Madonna as the Queen of Pop. Really started her reign. Like a Virgin. It was written by Songwriters Hall of Fame duo team of Billy Steinberg and Tom Kelly. Amazing team. I had the honor of talking to Billy Steinberg about this in his home some time ago. Here he is with that story. I want to ask you about Like a Virgin, because I remember reading somewhere that started out as a ballad.
I wouldn't say that Like a Virgin started out as a ballad, but I was writing about a personal situation. I had been in a difficult relationship. It was difficult to free myself from it. I managed to do that, and I met somebody new, and I was elated about that. So I started to write the story of it. I made it through the wilderness. Somehow I made it through. Tom and I were, besides songwriting partners, we were good friends. So when I put that lyric in front of him on the piano, he starts reading it. I was beat, incomplete, I'd been had, and he felt it. So he starts playing it as a ballad. I'm open to whatever interpretation, so it would go along, and then when he would get to the title, I had typed there, Like a Virgin. It just sounded silly to sing that like a ballad. It sounded, we just set it aside, and then the next time we got together, tried it again, and it just kept not working, and Tom was frustrated, and Tom has a very high voice. He could sing like the guy from Journey or the guy from Foreigner. He had that style of singing. We had been writing rock songs, so just out of frustration with Like a Virgin and trying to turn it into a song, he started playing a bass line with his left hand, and it was reminiscent of I Can't Help Myself by the Four Tops.
Yeah.
It had a little Billie Jean by Michael Jackson, and he just started singing falsetto the lyrics that I had put in front of him. And he was really doing it almost as a joke, and I just went, that's it right there. And then the song kind of wrote itself, and he sang the demo falsetto. And that's what Madonna heard. I often say that some demos, artists stayed very true to those demos, and their records became, they really used the blueprint of the demo. Mm-hmm. And other ones, the artist wanted to reinvent. With Like a Virgin, they obviously liked the blueprint because Nile Rodgers produced the record. Tom Kelly and I weren't involved in any way in the recording sessions for Like a Virgin. But if you were to compare Madonna's record to our demo, they're identical.
She even says the last part that Tom was vibing on there.
Oh yeah, everything. Yeah. Even in the background, when Tom Kelly went, Like a Virgin, and just off mic, I went, hey! And that's on our demo. And she even incorporated that. Yeah. So we were happy about it.
How did you feel when you heard the Weird Al take on it?
Like a surgeon, hey, cutting for the very first.
Tom Kelly and I actually participated a little bit with Weird Al.
Oh, really?
Because a guy can't do a parody without the songwriter's approval. So he wrote his parody, and then we met with him, and I thought it was good fun.
And of course, other interpretations of it in Moulin Rouge and Reservoir Dogs and Bridget Jones too. Have you heard the Elton John cover of it?
No, I haven't.
I think that somebody got a little live piece of it when he did it live, and it's on YouTube. You'll have to check that out.
Elton's Like a Virgin.
Teenage Fan Club, which was a big band in the 90s, also covered on one of their albums. Been used in Glee and name-checked. It was name-checked in Soul Sister. by
Well,
Train.
you know more about it than I do. I know there was I know of a version that was kind of crazy. It was a Lords of the New Church. That was a weird one.
And it was a hit in the UK.
But really, the only version I've ever heard of it that's any good is Madonna's version, because another song that Tom and I wrote, True Colors, that's a great song to cover because it just is sort of universal. But Like a Virgin,
it's indelibly tied to Madonna.
Yeah, it is.
It was interesting how the song was written and how it was inspired, how you wrote it. Madonna even said that it's absolutely ambiguous, that she said people go so crazy about this song because the parents groups and all those people came out against it, but they didn't really listen to the lyrics of the song because it's not really...
Oh, listen, I'll tell you one version of the song that we haven't mentioned, which is actually, I'm going to take back what I said. I said a moment ago that I thought Madonna's version was the only really memorable one. There's another version of that song that just came out recently that I really adore. Believe it or not, an Italian nun by the name of Sister Christina.
I read that.
Sister Christina. She cut Like a Virgin. It was a big hit in Italy. I'm not really sure if it was a hit in other countries, but she did a beautiful video of it, also in Venice, Italy, where Madonna cut her video. But it isn't in any way a send-up or a parody. She really taps into the sincerity of the message of the song, and it gives you goosebumps to see it.
Shiny and new, like a virgin.
I got to ask you about meeting Madonna, because that's a fun story. When you finally met Madonna, you and Tom.
A couple years went by after the success of Like a Virgin, and Tom and I had never met Madonna. We were invited to her manager's 50th birthday party. Freddie DeMann, that was her manager. So we figured, well, now we're going to finally meet Madonna. And of course, you know, I'm an ambitious guy. My ulterior motive was I want to meet her and I want to convince her to write some songs with Tom and me. So it was a black tie event, and I, you know, had to get a tuxedo, and I'm standing on the terrace of Freddie DeMann's Beverly Hills house. Tom and I are talking with Stephen Bray. He co-wrote with Madonna some songs. I see Madonna and Warren Beatty walking out of the house, out onto this terrace where we were standing. So I'm thinking to myself, well, here it is, we're gonna meet Madonna. So she makes her way over, and Stephen Bray makes the introduction. He says, Madonna, I'd like you to meet Billy Steinberg and Tom Kelly, who wrote Like a Virgin. And I remember Warren Beatty starts laughing. I think he was laughing because he probably assumed that she must already know us if we wrote Like a Virgin.
Right.
I don't know why he was laughing, but he was laughing. That's what I thought. Tom always laughs at me because sometimes I can be a little gushing in a situation like that.
Yeah.
So I said, Madonna, I've wanted to meet you for so long. And so she looks at me and she says, well, now you did. She grabbed Warren and walked away. So that was the big moment. And I was crestfallen, and Tom was in stitches. He thought it was funny. But anyway, that's the story. It was satisfying for me, obviously, to have a mega hit like that. But it was also satisfying to have a hit that was kind of edgy and groundbreaking. You know, it wasn't an ordinary song.
Right.
You know, Like a Virgin, that's a title that had never been attempted before. And it was exciting because, you know, like you said, I had been interested in writing poetry, and I'm not saying that song lyrics are poetry, but I felt there was some adventurous spirit in terms of Like a Virgin as a title.
Thank you so much for watching. In the future, we're going to go behind all the great songs that Billy and Tom wrote together. including the other #1 hits that they composed, including Eternal Flame for the Bangles, True Colors for Cyndi Lauper, So Emotional for Whitney Houston, so many more. These guys were such a force. Leave us a comment on Madonna, this song, and Billy and Tom as a songwriting team. Now, you can get Madonna's classic albums below on vinyl. You can also sign up for our premium content in the description. If you like this content, subscribe to this channel. Help us keep the music alive. Until next time, 3 chords and the truth, my friends. Thanks.